A chain is only as strong as its weakest link, but when every link is agile, the chain becomes unbreakable. And that was the spirit of Business Session 1 Chain Pe Charcha at the 4th Cargo and NXT Logistics and SCM Summit. The theme for the session was end-to-end supply chain agility, planning for uncertainty and speed. Discussions revolved around predictive planning, multimodal integration, free trade agreements, and the shift from globalization to regionalization, all critical for building India as a resilient supply chain hub. The session was chaired by Mr. Ajay Singh, Chief Supply Chain Officer and Vice President, Hindustan Platinum. He opened with sharp insights on logistics costs, multimodal viability, and workforce challenges.
The way Indian industry in the logistic front, which is moving around, I think what we are continuously hearing and seeing that the logistics costs are coming down, but a lot of effort still to be required to be there where we have to have a multimodal logistics transportation, still viability has to go. And then one of the very primitive area is the workforce around in the supply chain domain. I think the shortage of workforce, what KPMG report which has gone just published last month, the 67% of workforce shortages have been predicted in logistics and supply chain. That is how the end-to-end logistics is looking around, and not only in India but globally.
Next, Mr. Bharat Bhushan Rathi, Head of Supply Chain at Mankind Pharma, highlighted the power of digital twins, demand sensing, and replenishment models for smarter planning.
Today, more of a planning shifted to more of a predictability kind of. So when I'm saying so it's just like we are discussing about digital twin, we are discussing about scenario planning, we are discussing about scenario 1, 2, 3, 4. So what if scenario, what is more important? So we are not worried about what is going on in your current network, rather the tension in supply chain is for unpredictable things. We have a concept called demand sensing. So before demand forecasting, you need to have sense the demand, and then there is a network of distribution. So what we are doing now, we are sensing the demand, and now my model of network is on a replenishment model. So we are continuously replenish the things. Instead of forecasting, we are just replenishing, and we are sensing so that we can plan those things better. In a way, we are doing SNOE rather than SNO.
Bringing in the human side of supply chain planning, Mr. Anirban Sanyal, Senior GM, Supply Chain and Logistics at Century Plyboards, spoke about shifting mindsets.
Paradigm shift, when we are talking about the last panel, we are talking about the paradigm shift. The paradigm shift, what we try to do that first we start believing that whatever we do in supply chain, we'll try for 100% accuracy or 100% achievement, but something will not allow us to reach to that 100%. So that acceptance that if we keep on demanding 100% and we make the room toxic, that okay, I need come what may. Business is not about perhaps come what may, but rather than looking into that what are the best possible opportunities, working on that. The moment we move from the mindset of 100% to the near about 100%, that eased down the tension from the room, and then the discussion became more it's became more meaningful and for a common goal. So that is the human side I'm talking about.
Mr. Tarun Verma, PLM Planning Manager, Shell India, shared how hub and spoke models and localization strategies are reducing disruptions.
Hub and spoke model did develop in countries like Singapore and India to have more key products being shipped out from US and EMEA in advance to make sure that the disruption and everything been sorted out. So with totality of 3-4 action in place, it helps us to localize now. Currently, I am very glad to say that in 2021, we were at 50% of localization. Currently, we are sitting at 85% of localization. Now we are looking at the stage that we have developed so much of local developers or local additive suppliers who are now exporting to Middle East. So it's the other way around. So the only thing they need at that point of time, a global giant like us, to help them and help their expertise and know-how to them, which help them to build up the infrastructure.
And finally, Mr. Tarun Kalra, Regional Senior VP at MSC, shed light on new trade regulations and the unprecedented challenges they pose.
The upcoming Trade Representative Act or the regulation going to be imposed by the USA, which entails levying of penalties on the ships which are owned by shipping companies, but manufactured or built in China. Now this is very unique, has come about for the first time and quite unheard of. You had rivals or hostilities amongst nations which led to the rival nations applying some kind of penalties on the flagging of the ships. But here comes another form of hostility in the form of penalties on the ship, which is where it is originally built. Now, who has ever kept track of, the ships which are owned by the shipping companies can go up to any of the age up to 35 years. So when these were bought in the year 1995 or so, or 1990, did we ever foresee that why not buy from China, or I say the global shipping companies? There was no such thought there was no such logic which was there. Now this has suddenly come as a jolt to us. So what can be done here is for the shipping companies only to mobilize their or reconfigure their resources.
From workforce gaps to digital twins, this session captured the pulse of an industry that must be fast, flexible, and future-ready. Together, these insights move India a step closer to becoming a preferred global supply chain hub. Let's hear more insights and perspectives from the leaders.
I think it's a great platform for companies to first of all understand what is happening around the world. There are themes which are very, very focused on technology, innovation, and resilience for supply chains, which helps connect buyers with sellers and also with industry experts to understand what is happening in the market and what are the new adaptations.
You will have the cost optimization, you will be doing the business more than your customers, and customer delight. The second thing is the customer delight, and the first thing is you need to be agile, you need to be focused, you need not to build a chain, rather you need to build a web. That's it.
I think it's a blessing in disguise. This is my first or second touch with Cargonix, but the way I'm seeing the whole setup and the industry presence today as of now, I can see a great and bright future ahead. So with this kind of conferences and the inputs coming in from the logistics industry, I see a very value addition coming up to the industry for sure.
Oh, it's a wonderful platform. I have experienced this for the first time, but you have actual real discussion happening, and discussion is the start of any idea. I believe you have people from the industry, the actual users present here, the shippers present here, and the logistics fraternity is also present.
Stay tuned for more from Cargo NXT 2025. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Cargo Insights TV.